Roots are very orange.
Y'all, it was a whole process to get to this beautiful color. Keep watching to see how I did it.
Is this really me? I did it. I have been waiting so long for this moment. So I bleached my locks because I always knew that this light caramel golden color looks good on me. I recently had a color analysis done, and it kind of basically tells you what's your undertone and what colors look good on you in terms of clothing and hair color and makeup color. And I came out as an autumn, which is nice, rich, earthy tones with a warm undertone. And so I knew this color was gonna look good on me. So many people recommend not doing it yourself, going to a professional, and I'm all for that, okay? I'm all for that. But I'm also, y'all know I am a chronic DIYer. I feel like nobody is going to be as invested in my hair's health as I am. And so I would rather take the chance and do it myself than go to someone else. They mess it up and now I'm out of that money and I gotta go beat somebody up. You know what I'm saying? No. But yes, I'm going to show you guys the whole process, all the products I used. You're going to see step by step what I did to achieve this color. So stay tuned if you want to see all of that.
So I'm using a 20 volume developer and bleach powder from Clairol and some latex gloves, as well as a plastic bag, a mixing bowl, spray bottle, some clips, and my mixing tool. So I have bleached my hair before as a loose natural, and I knew that my hair processes pretty fast and lifts very well. That's why I decided to go with a 20 volume developer instead of something higher like a 30. And then there's also 40 volume developer, but that is super not recommended unless you're just doing a high lift color and no bleach. It's very important to always read the manufacturer instructions, and this brand calls for a ratio of 2 to 1 developer to bleach.
6 scoops of the white powder in here, and I'm going to do, I guess, 12 of these. Okay, so I'm done mixing the bleach. This is what it looks like. It's 10:15 when we're starting on the back, so here we go. All right, so this is so scary. So I'm just gonna pull this apart. And we're gonna go for it, folks. I'm gonna go as fast as I possibly can to protect myself. And here we go.
Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys the entire process. You can skip around to the parts that you want to see, but I want to make sure that I have everything uploaded here, the mistakes, the craziness, all of it, so you can see the actual process of a DIY bleach. As you can see, the towel got in my way, so I just removed it, and I was like, you know what, the bleach, if it gets on my skin, we're just gonna have a little situation, you know. You can see here that I'm avoiding my roots, and that is because the roots process faster than the rest of the hair because of the heat from your scalp. Now, I realized afterwards that I was so afraid of hot roots, which is when your roots are very bright and the rest of your hair is darker. I was so afraid of that I did not go close enough to my roots. So you're gonna see how that affects it later. But yeah, don't be scared. Don't be scared, y'all. So you're going to notice me really working that bleach into my hair. I use a lot of product because I have high density hair. A lot of people do not realize the amount of bleach they're actually going to need, and that is what contributes to splotchy color. So it took me about 10 minutes to finish the application of the bleach on the back minus the roots. I'm just taking a plastic bag, spraying it down with water, and then I'm going to put it on my head. The water keeps the bleach from drying out to ensure an even lift everywhere. You can probably hear me muttering calculations in my head. I'm just trying to keep track of the time that I started the application, the time that I'm putting the plastic bag on, so that I know how long I have to do the front before the back is ready to rinse out. So yeah, while you're watching, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy Microloc DIY content and educational videos around that topic. At this point, I realized that I did not have enough bleach to go back and do my roots. I would have enough to do all the mids and the ends everywhere, but not the roots of everything. So I kind of formulated a plan that I would make some more bleach. I ran out of 20 volume developer, and so I decided that I would put 10 volume on the roots. You can also see here that I am not getting close enough to the roots. So after I finished the application on the front, I went ahead and checked the back, but then I decided to let it incubate for a little bit more time to get a little bit lighter.
Okay, so it's been about 40 minutes, so 45 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and put the roots in the back, and I'm going to leave that on until the color I want, and then I'm going to rinse it out while this finishes processing. And I have some 10 volume with bleach in here just so it doesn't go so fast, because I really don't want it to process super fast. So I'm just getting in there.
So you can hear me obsessing over hot roots and not getting my roots too bright. And honestly, that was my biggest mistake of this whole bleaching process. Because of that, I did not get close enough to my roots. You can see here that there's about 1.5 inches left out, which I should have only left about 1/2 inch out. You can also see that in previous clips, you could see that it was not very even. I ended up being able to kind of correct that with the toner. But listen guys, you do not want hot roots, but you also don't want to be so afraid of hot roots that you let the roots stay too dark.
I'm probably gonna leave it in for like 5 or 10 minutes. Make sure everything's covered. Okay. Check this side. Make sure it's all covered. Oh my gosh, it's processing so fast.
Y'all, it wasn't processing so fast. That was just me and my paranoia again, being afraid of hot roots.
Okay, definitely. Wipe some of it on my neck. I'm just going to put it up there. And then pull this back. Okay, now we wait. So glad I did 10 volume instead of 20 volume, because that was going so fast. And I know my hair processes fast, but that was crazy. Okay, so it's been like 3 minutes. I'm gonna check it again. See what's going on. Okay, definitely want the top to process some more. Let's see about the bottom.
Let's talk about this. You can see that the roots are still not processed enough. They're not light enough to the rest of the ends, and that is because I used 10 volume developer. If I wanted to do 10 volume developer, I should have put it on sooner and let it process longer rather than waiting till the end and putting it on for only 5 to 10 minutes. So we're moving on to the front roots. I decided to avoid the edges because I didn't want that bald, blonde edge look.
The very end. Turns out, look. See what we have. Right, that's good. until the top is processing.
So here I realized that the back was basically ready, but this middle portion was not. So I decided to go ahead and cover the middle portion and then rinse out the back while the front and the middle still processed. And it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be to do it like that, but we made it work.
All right, we're gonna rinse out and come back. Okay, everything's rinsed out. Just gonna show you what we're working with. So overall, I think the bleaching job was a success. The roots are very orange, as you can see. I'm thinking I maybe should have left the roots on just a little bit longer, but I was so afraid of them becoming too light, I guess. So I don't think I'm going to do anything else to them now because I want the roots to be a little darker, and I'll just...
Okay, so let's be real. Let's talk about this. It's very, very splotchy. The reason for this is because I did not evenly apply the bleach to my roots. I left out some portions like 1/2 inch to 2 inches, and other portions I only left out 1/2 inch. And so because of that, the processing time was different. Some of my roots are pretty bright and some of them are dark.
I do have a little splotchiness in the front. I think I didn't take as much time as I should have. So I'm going to fix that now. I'm just going to add a little bleach to some areas of these front ones that need a little help.
So after I realized what had happened in the back and in the front, I decided that I would go in and touch up some of the dark areas with a little bit of bleach.
Hey guys, I'm back.
So I chose to use the Demi Permanent Color Charm from Wella. I used 7N, which is like a 7 neutral blonde. I figured I would not go in with an ash blonde because I did definitely want a warm tone, more on the golden side.
We're just going to slap it on there. Here we go.
I started off using my color applicator, but it just became too hard for me to use, so then I went back in with my gloves, and it was a lot faster. I originally wanted to just focus on my roots so that my roots could all process and then go towards my ends, because I want my ends to be a little bit lighter than the roots. But as you can see, I was super messy and imprecise, and so I ended up getting color basically on most of my hair except the very tips. So you may be wondering how I chose which toner to use. And basically, if you want a cool tone, then you're gonna want something that says ash on it. If you just want something that's neither cool nor warm, just kind of in the middle, you're gonna want a neutral toner. And then if you want something warm, then you're going to go with like the golden or the warm tone. Now, if you bleach your hair and it comes out kind of orangey and you want it to be neutral, you're gonna have to kind of counteract that with an ashy tone. If it comes out kind of ashy and you want it to be more golden, then you're gonna have to counteract that with a golden toner. Some of my hair came out super orange, and so I'm going in with a neutral toner that's going to kind of counteract that, but not too much so that it turns ashy. So I left that on for about 20 minutes, and you can see that those really orangey, harsh brassy tones were neutralized by the toner, and I'm left with this soft, warm, gingery brown color.
It's been about a week, so I wanted you guys to see what my hair color is looking like after it kind of settles in. So let's do it. Let's get into this 360.
I'm also going to show you guys what it looks like in the natural light outside. On camera right now, I think it's kind of overcorrecting, and it's showing up a little bit more brown versus the coppery tones that it had in the sunlight.
Let me know in the comments any questions you might have. I'm going to do an FAQ at some point, and I want to make sure I'm able to answer all your questions. And yeah, let me know what y'all think of this color.
And here is what my hair looks like after the entire process is done. Out in the sunlight, you can see it's kind of a gingery brown, and honestly, it came out looking pretty good. If I do say so myself, the color is very even. The roots are just slightly darker. Even with all the chaos in the beginning bleaching process, I was able to correct them because I understand how color and bleach works. I understand color theory. So that's ultimately what I recommend. Before you do your own color, make sure you understand what you're doing so that even if there are mistakes, you can correct them and have a beautiful, even color like this. So what do you guys think of this color? Would you try this on your hair? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video.